Hello there everyone! Time for some Tuesday streaming with some 3D art. We are working on this guy again, the Saddlebag, or well, not so much on the Saddlebag itself, but continue to work on the sage sticks. So last time I was doing the high poly for one of these sage sticks, so we're basically using this as a main reference here. Well, both of them, I guess. So we did the groundwork for it, the high poly, and didn't completely finish it during stream, but I took like an hour or so after to just do the last pieces on it, like tighten it together a little bit, but nothing much have changed. So today we're gonna do the shrink wrap mesh that I've been talking about, I think the past 2 or 3 3D streams, or as some people also like refer to it, like watertight mesh, or like, yeah, I guess like complete mesh, or yeah, there's many names, but I myself is more used to the shrink wrap or watertight mesh, and it's basically that you'd make a shell for the entire thing, so like there's not really any holes, or like each individual leaf has an alpha or so. It's like we're gonna make this like as a blob, and then we're gonna add a little bit of alpha card with some of these leaves sticking out to break the silhouette. So that's what we're gonna start working on, this blobby shrink wrap mesh, I guess. Hello there, Bronze! How are you doing? So I'm gonna switch to Maya. So here we have the high poly. So it's basically, I guess, a cylinder that it's a little bit tapered. So we're just gonna make the hole for it now, and the things that are going to be alpha cards are these things here. Like everything that's actually breaking the silhouette will eventually end up being like some alpha cards, the single leaves. So we can actually hide them because they're gonna obscure the work a little bit. It's the same like here, probably making some like that it's sticking out, or we're gonna have to make like the rosemary leaves follow here a bit more thoroughly. So yeah, that's what it's that's the look of it right now. Hello Aslan! Oh no, so are those roses for me? I'm pretty sure they're not roses though, but I think we established that they are not for you. No roses for you. You can get the sage stick if you want though. Then you get the flowers as well. Hello Darbrax! How are you doing? I'm very tired. I just had dinner and I guess started working yesterday again, and yeah, I feel it. I feel tired. Very, very tired. Guess we should start with a cylinder. It's a starting point at least. Guess the best would be to just like merge this thing and then start retopo on top of it. Food coma? It's a mix of food coma, Barax, and just I felt exhausted by working yesterday and today. I was just super tired. I guess you're not used to that when you've been, you know, having some holiday. I think I had 3 weeks in total off, so that was nice, but then, you know, going back to work, but not really going back. Like, still working from home. I think that's the part that is a little bit... It never really felt like I had holiday because I never left home. Like, you usually leave your workplace and you don't go back for 3 weeks, but my workplace is in my, like, I guess, hobby room, so I never really left, and now I'm back to work. It feels a bit odd. It feels like I had vacation, or like I had holiday, but not really. Kinda. A weird feeling. Hello, Dragonfly! How are you doing? Amrax, you submitted your art test to Arrowhead yesterday. They said they will get back to you soon, hoping to get it. Well, fingers crossed. I hope they get back with a positive answer soon. Arts RV, hello there, how are you doing? But Amrax, if you would get the position Arrowhead is in Stockholm, would that mean that you have to move? Or is it like remote work? I guess remote work in the beginning, right? You have no idea! Okay. So we start with like a little bit of a higher poly count cylinder. Just to, you know, we're gonna connect some points and stuff. So starting with that, then we can collapse it. Laughman, a friend of yours, you started Arrowhead. I wish you best of the luck in. It's a great place. I have a few friends that worked there before. It's a great place, so... Actually, my mouse pad that I'm using is from Arrowhead. I got it from a friend. Here, Arrowhead. It's quite nice. It's very thin and big, so it's a nice mouse pad. You good, Dragonfly? You're having some snow now for some days. We also have some snow, but it's turning into slush, basically. Oh, it was a hard surface position, Abrax? That's the only thing you're good at? No, you're good at several things. But I can see that you're the most confident with your hard surface skill, and, you know, that can actually help, I guess, doing a better work because you're more confident with it. So it's good to know that you feel that way. Then it's a higher chance of you actually maybe getting it. I'm not sure like how many candidates they have. I guess that also depends on how everyone else did. Björn Hungo! We had 1 day with snow in Denmark. You need more? You can have some of the snow we had. Don't want it. Let's see, call this HP collapsed. Hello, Scatman! Yes, please ship it over, the snow. If you can find a gigantic container, I will. Like, I don't mind the snow that much, but, like, I do mind it being cold. I don't want that. I found you came back to UK after holiday and they said it had snowed, but you have yet seen any. Just rain. Do you even get snow there? Like, I wonder, maybe in the north or south, I wouldn't say so much in like the bigger cities, right? It's like it's generally a little bit warmer in bigger cities. Yes, Dragonfly Spain seems to have got a ton of snow now, which feels ridiculous. It's like they get snow, but we barely have any. Okay, well, I hope they can have some enjoyment from the snow and not just snow chaos. Björn Hangel, ain't UK known for very good weather? It's known for the lovely grey, rainy weather, right? Scatman, global warming. It probably has something to do with that. Unless we have like aliens that are, I don't know, covering the atmosphere with a blanket or whatever you would like to believe. I think we need to move this out a little bit. Maybe have like 0.3. Lefman, you only lived in UK for a couple of months since you moved from Sweden. Do you think in Manchester where you live it's just rain 365 days a year? That sounds awful. Like, I won't complain about the Swedish weather too much then. It was really rainy when I was living in Amsterdam as well. Like, yeah, I think the entire winter and autumn like basically rained away. Like, didn't really have that much snow or anything. It was just like gray. Felt like it didn't really have autumn, winter, nor spring. It just felt like summer mishmash. That was it. It was like, lovely. Like basically the same for the entirety of like, you know, 3/4 of the year. Like, it was horrible. But then the summer was really lovely, so they didn't really have the other. Yeah, I would like to believe that the aliens are causing global warming issues and everything else that is going to poop. Totally their fault, only. This is a little bit finicky, but doesn't need to be like perfect because it's like, I hope it will be baking pretty okay, even on like a shell. Like, I like using the quadra tool, but sometimes it's just like, it has issues. It feels like it's working against me, like, more than it should. Well, we'll start with like that. Yeah. Avrax, if I wanted to... Didn't you want to move to Vancouver? Vancouver is literally rain 24/7 too. What? Have I been told lies? No. It was so pretty when I was there. Even during like Halloween it was pretty. It wasn't really raining that much. And it was warmer than here, so I feel like I've been lied to if that's the case. If you say that it's like raining, I'm like, maybe the weather was just trying to make a good impression. Or maybe the aliens weren't interfering, because they were like, yeah, make her move, and then we're gonna like make it rain, like make a hell once she moved. Damn it, always those aliens, right? Scatman, this winter has been so beautiful. Perfect sun with a cool breeze. Last year you had your first snow in like 87 years. Well, we haven't had that much of a beautiful winter in Stockholm, I would say. It's been, I think in total they said in December that we had a record of like, I think it hasn't been that dark apparently for like, I think since 1930 or something like that. That we had less than 1 hour sunlight in total. That's how dark it was, because it was just gray clouds. Didn't really produce any snow, so it was just staying up there, being in the way for the sun. So I'm really glad that we actually got snow now, though. Yeah, went out for a walk today to enjoy the summer bliss and imagine there would be summer outside. No, but at least enjoy some sunlight. But it was really cold. It was freaking cold. It's like the wind didn't help. It was like, it felt like it was colder because it's like, yeah, windy outside. Yeah, no. Like the snow makes it brighter, so it's not as dark. So that's kind of nice. But yeah, I just generally don't like cold. And it gets so cold inside as well that like freezing all my body parts off, especially my feet and hands. Like right now, I can barely like move my fingers. Feels like they're like ice cubes. Oh, Aslan, it was pretty in Amsterdam because you were there at the right time. Of course. The rest of the 2.5 years spent there then. You think I used to imagine it being pretty? Seems like both Scatman and Björn Hangul has a question about the why I'm wrapping them like this and why I'm not making separate spheres, or it's because I'm gonna do one entire mesh and then bake it down to that, so I'm not gonna do individual spheres. I'm like trying to make it cheaper. So this hole, basically, we're gonna project all of this that you see on top of it, so it's gonna be like a one texture, basically the entire thing. So we're gonna then UV map the entire thing as well. So this part here is going to be connected to the cylinder that is gonna connect to everything else. So it's gonna be a low poly, so we have the high poly underneath. And sure, you could go ahead and do like individual spheres, but it's gonna be so tiny. Like you see here in the scene, it's not like a CG object. It's like quite tiny for the scene I'm making. Like you can see it there. If I want to do some close-up, it's still gonna hold up because the normal map will do its work when I'm baking. And like, of course, the texture and everything else. So don't really need that for those small objects. So then you can just do like one gigantic blob and bake it to it, and you will have the details there. So that's why you can see that some of these parts are still very blobby, like here, because it's not really gonna be that noticeable. It's gonna be super tiny in a sense. Like we're gonna add some single leaves here to cover up some of the like meshy feeling we're gonna get. But yeah, this is basically how I normally would do when it comes to game meshes, and like it's not really a vegetation prop that has wind or whatever it would be having. So you will do like something that shrink wrap. That's why it's important that nothing is really sticking out. Because if you do start having stuff that is sticking out a lot, it's gonna be hard to make low poly shrink wrap like this. So you want to have it a bit tighter, and then you add single alpha leaves on top of it. But those single alpha leaves you can remove then if you want to have the mesh cheaper, or if say you make something for, let's say you make this for a PC game, but then you also make you're gonna have to make it run on like a console, and you are more limited then, like in the computer power on the console. Then you can remove all of the alpha instances on this one, because it's not really gonna be needed. It's well, of course, for additional extra quality, if you have those alpha cards, then it looks nicer, but without them you're still gonna have a nice bundled sage stick, so it's still gonna hold up even though you have to remove those silhouette like additional that's on top of the mesh. So in that way you can then have the same base for console and PC, and then just optimize away like the alpha cards for an instance. So this is a cheaper way then of doing smaller props that are vegetation. If that makes sense. Otherwise, I hope it makes more sense when I'm actually baking and more done with it. I hate this quad draw sometimes. Ugh. It's like, I think it hates me equally as much, but it would be nice if it cooperates a little bit more. Just a little bit more, Maya. It's like not like I'm asking for too much here, right? I think that's a little bit too optimistic with the angle. Yeah, needs to be a little bit more around there. I guess it's the same here. Maybe I was a little bit too sheep. Then we collapse it here. Avrex, you tried using Marmoset 4 the other day and you just can't get the same result in Marmoset 3? You had to reinstall it again. I haven't tried a new one. Everyone says it's amazing. And I'm like, maybe it is, but I hate updating tools because that means that I have to like understand and spend time on what's been updated and new, and I'm like, oh, then I have to change maybe the way I'm working right now. I usually update when I'm done with something. That's when I go for an update. Like after this one, for the next like asset I do, I will probably update. I guess we will see if this is gonna be round enough for when we are baking. Otherwise we can always, you know, add a few polys. This angle here though might be a little bit, maybe a little bit too harsh. Yanhango Marmoset 4 is great. A lot of new tools to play with. Eventually I will get there. I don't think you're stupid, Abrax. I'm just like, maybe it's just like you used to away like certain tools and stuff. I like to keep stuff the way it is. Don't really go and have new tools. Johan the Creator. Hello! I want to say I loved your work on Horizon Zero Dawn. Well, thank you! That's very sweet of you. Makes me happy. Right, Aiko? My cat is here in the corner on the blanket. Hello there, Aiko. Oh, she looks really tired. Ambrax Marmor 4 also crashed a lot and wouldn't find your FBX files, so you wait for another update. Oh, that could be a thing though, yeah. Sometimes new tools crash as well, and depends on your PC specs and other things that might cause it as well, or be like non-compatible and stuff like that. Well, let me know if you find a solution, Avrax, if you play with it a little bit more, or if it's gonna be the same. Asna, my cat has not played Horizon though. She needs thumbs for that. Well, she can watch it, I guess. I'm just trying to make my cat agree with me. Do you know how hard it is? Cats are like never really agreeing on anything. They like, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm her servant or butler, or yeah, you know. Just trying to make her like me in some way. You know, like got a cat tree that we started installing like today, or starting building it. Like it's gigantic. It's like up to the ceiling, just for it to have something more to climb on. It was like really heavy, really a lot of like screwing and parts, and you know, she sniffs on it, look at it, and then she goes and sleeps in her old basket anyway. It's like, really? She didn't like, you know, she's here instead, like next to me on a piece of blanket on a hard like wood table, instead of being her magnificent like big wooden like soft structure that is like gigantic. It's like, nah, prefer this blanket here on a hard table. It's like, really? I guess what would have been worse if she preferred a box, because I hear that is quite common, that your pet will be like, oh, like the thing the box came into instead. But yeah, she, I guess she didn't like it. It's like, spend all of that time, effort, just to have a cat being like, nah. She, I hope she, you know, maybe it's just today or something. Maybe she investigates it when I'm sleeping, or, you know. But at the current, she's like, meh. That's what you get when you're trying to be nice. Björnhango, cat. Human, what do you want me to do with this? I want you to climb it, cat. Like, nah. Really particular about it. Aslan, you need to go to cat telepicures at some seedy new age store with a lot of magical burning incense. Yeah, that's what I'm building here. This is like the reflection, the Dr. Saddlebag and the Sage Sticks are like a reflection of the ritual I'm gonna do to try to do some kind of telepathic communication with my cat. Johan the creator, every time you get a package that comes in a box, you let the cat play with it for a couple of days before recycling it. No, I have the same. I put the boxes out and let him play with them. Like use them as a fort or something like that. But she wasn't that interested in the box this one came into. Like, not sleeping-wise, but she wanted to chew on it, and that's the first time that she wanted to eat something, like a box. So I had to hide it, because I didn't really want her to eat it. That would be bad. Dragonfly, that's not a bad idea. Put catnip on the scratch tree. That is definitely not a bad idea. Like, put the scent or something that she really enjoys or like that might get her to use it. Actually, I should try that. I have like a spray, like a catnip spray. Could probably spray it on. See if that helps. Was trying to use that for like some other cat poles that I have, like not like a tree, but more like just one single pole, to see if she would be more interested in scratching it, because she was definitely more still interested in scratching my furnitures. So I tried to spray that one, but didn't really have that much of an effect. She still scratches my yeah, table chairs. So, but maybe it did something. I mean, she started using them, even though she's still using my chairs. I heard that lemon is something cats don't really enjoy, so you should spray that on things that you don't want the cat to like use as a scratching pole. So I try that, and lavender as well. Doesn't really seem like it's working on Aiko. It's like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with her. I don't think she's a cat. I think that's what I came to as a conclusion. She's not a cat. Decent Saint Ways, if I could share the song name, please. Of course. So the previous one, maybe that was the one? You can share them both. Like, this one is Aryan Odyssey 2, Untold. And then this one is Dust Force. So you can copy the name. Paste it. That was the previous one and the current one that is playing. Björn, what in a spray bottle does the trick? I heard though that that's horrible, that the cat can start resenting you or even hate you if you do that, so don't really want to do it. Like, don't want her to be afraid or hate me. I try shooing her off a little bit by like putting my fingers in a little bit of water and then like just, you know, some drops on her. She didn't like you know, bat an eye. She was just like, okay, whatever. It's like, I don't know. Didn't want to try the spray bottle. Like, I heard that the cat can get scared. Like, if you want to use a spray bottle, you can do that apparently when they are older, but when they are kittens, that can actually make them lose trust in you. At least what I heard. It was like a veterinarian who said that you shouldn't really do that. You should instead like direct their attention to something else every time they do something you don't want to. I'm like, well, in that case I will have to try to get her attention like 24/7 because she's always like doing something. Like, she loves smashing glasses off the table, just like I think I had 15 glasses, now I have 6. All thanks to Aiko here, who yeah, she just had to, I guess. Or like chewing on flowers. Yeah, I guess there's tons of things that she's doing that I don't really want her to do. Spug, cats have everything already anyway. Yeah, the cat, I guess the cat owns me and owns the place. It's like, you shouldn't really try to believe anything else, like, it's her place. I'm just her human servant, serving her food and pet and yeah, toys. And occasionally I'm also her bed. That is though the cutest thing ever. Like, she likes to sleep on your belly or next to you, like almost like wrapping her paw around the shoulder or like the arm. Like, it's adorable. And that's the time when you forgive them for everything, right? Even if they pee in the bed, it's like, oh, so cute. Oh, Shark, yeah. Cat is like, thanks for refreshing the water, little servant. Now go prepare my food and make my bed. If I ever considered a dog's cat, I grew up with a dog and cats, so I guess as a kid we always had cats, like two of them, and then well, I think as a teenager then we started having a dog as well and cats still, but he passed away I think around 2015 or so, the dog, unfortunately. He got like some kind of cancer, and unfortunately I was away, actually living and working in Amsterdam at that point. And then after that I think, yeah, I don't really want to have a dog myself because I like to travel. But my parents, they didn't really want to get another one because they felt very disheartened, like when that happened. So then we had our cats, and Aiko here is the newest addition to the family. She's only 8 months. No, wait, she's 7 months. She's going to be 8 months in end of January. Get a turtle. What, Aslan? No. A friend had a turtle. They bite, you know. I think it had something against my feet. It's like going for them all the time. I couldn't like even eat at their table without having to like sit like, you know, crossed legs. Because it was just gonna... it bits really hard as well. I hated that turtle. Oh. No, I'm never gonna get a turtle. Parrots can also get older than you. I would rather have a parrot than a turtle. John the Creator, sorry to diverge from cat talk, but I was wondering how you planned on UVing texturing the leaves, grass, blades inside of the wrapping. How? Yeah. Normally as I would with a prop, I guess. Like I'm baking this and then I would use Substance Painter and then try to use like AO and cavity and stuff to mask it out. Like it's not gonna get any translucency or fancy stuff like that. It's like, yeah, it's gonna get a normal texturing pass, I would say. Laughman turtles are huge assholes and they don't care for you. Well, this one didn't care for my toes, at least. I don't know, it felt like a guard dog. The turtle. It's like, intruder, intruder! It bites the toe of people. Make everyone flee for their life, I think. Even like a thief would run away when you have that turtle biting your toes. Every turtle you met was a yerk. Have you met many turtles, Laughman? It sounds like you have. Aslan, the answer is magic. It's always magic and a little bit of aliens, right? If the turtle liked pizza? I have no idea. That turtle ate salad, I think. I think it loved strawberries, but it looked like whenever it ate like strawberries, it looked like it was chewing on someone's limbs because, you know, drooling out the red flesh of the strawberry. Yeah. You can see I was quite frightened of that turtle. It wasn't the best encounter in my life, so to say. It's like a turtle from hell. Apparently G's are the best guard dogs? Oh, maybe I should get one of those. Hard to keep indoor though. Oh yeah, Greedy, you thought it was this underneath here was low poly. No, the blue thing here is going to be the low poly. So yeah, no, the underneath is the high poly. Laughman, you only met 2 or 3 turtles, so purely anecdotal, but in my mind they're scary. Well, we are on the same page then. I only met 1 turtle, and it scared me for the rest of my life. Or well, that's not true though. I met 1 other turtle when I was diving. Because I scuba dive when I'm going abroad to nice countries. And then there were some turtles, but and the one, the friend I was diving with, the turtle pooped in his face. So he's like, oh, swimming close to it and behind, and then it swam away really fast, like leaving a trail behind. And let's just say that he did not enjoy that. I did though, I laughed, but well, because it wasn't me, so yeah. But I guess like that wasn't really an encounter for me because it wasn't me the turtle pooped in the face. But yeah, if it would have, I would have been very sad. I wouldn't say if I would be scared though by having that treatment from a turtle. But definitely the pet turtle that my friend had when I was a kid, that one is scary. Hello there, Fabio! How are you doing? Björn, it sounds like you've been traumatized by the turtle. I think so, at least for like the meeting turtles. the pet turtle, maybe it's like, you know, as big as my hand. The one we saw in the ocean was maybe could it have been like a meter? No, it's actually, yeah, around a meter, I would say. That one was way bigger, so you can imagine that then that the trail was also bigger than you would get from a pet turtle. But yeah, definitely cats for me when it comes to pets, at least. Dogs are nice, but maybe at a point in my life when I decided that I don't want to travel, and I don't mean then Corona, like that we can't travel right now. It's more like I'm not gonna travel more. It's just them being home for like 15 years, then I'm gonna get a dog. Spag, a goose once attacked you in a park and stole half of your chipotle burrito. Vicious little Helios. It probably got some payback though. Chipotle and a goose. Can't see how that actually go together that well. Feels like it's gonna, you know, get some not so nice bathroom break. Not that it goes to the bathroom, but you get what you mean. Because Chipotle is quite strong, right? Dragonfly, these are like a herd of mini dinosaurs. A lot of fun to watch them. When you are at the territory, they try to intimidate you and would chase after you when you run. But if you don't budge, they would get scared and run away from you. Would dinosaurs do that? Would a T-Rex do that? Would a T-Rex, like, maybe that if Jurassic Park ever happens for real, maybe I should just then stand still and it will run away from me instead. Sounds like a plan. Fabio, if I'm gonna bake this for today or the next time, it's probably gonna be, it looks like it's gonna be next time. Unless I manage to do a quick test bake. I always do like a automatic unwrap and then test to see if it will work. But for that I need the mesh completed first. And the test, automatic test, is not really gonna be then the finished unwrap either, so... But it gives a good indicator if all the things are gonna be visible at least, even if it might come out with a few seams. You guess that the size plays a big role too, Dragonfly? If the T-Rex is smaller than you, it might work. Let's hope on tiny T-Rexes then, if Jurassic Parks happen. But you're probably right. If it's bigger than me, it probably knows that it's bigger and probably knows that it's more intimidating than me. Laughman, you had a cat when you grew up? And when you settle down, you're probably gonna get a new one. They're perfect life companions. Cats are amazing. Tiny furballs. Dogs are also nice, it's just that if I travel, then a cat, I can like probably like leave for a few days with the care of like at my parents' place with their cats, so that's fine. But a dog, that's a lot more commitment and more to ask for someone who's gonna be babysitting as well, your dog, to take it out all the time and stuff, than a cat is, so. Fabio, if I stream every day or if I have a schedule, I usually scream. Yeah, that's what I'm doing as well. I usually stream at Tuesdays, 3D. So it's like usually once a week that I work on this, because I have a lot of other things in the evening. So yeah, this is basically my 3D time, and most of the time I don't have the time to do any more work outside of the stream, so it's like you basically see how it progresses for every stream. Maybe that can work. So this is what we have now. It might even be a little bit too high poly, because it's 367 right now. Yeah, we're gonna probably have to optimize it. So what I like to do is like I bake and then look at it, and then I do an optimized version, like less polys, while having that like, and then I bake again with like broken UVs, and then I decide if like it's gonna still hold up, and I think it will hold up with less geometry. Definitely, because it's not that big in the scene. Question is if I even need to have this maybe for the because it's sticking out. Well, Fabio, the streams are also always up for like I think 2 weeks after it's been live, so you can always check it out later. So, one way or another, you should be able to catch it. Let's see. So I guess, yeah, it's basically continuing like this for the entirety of the mesh. Oh, I'm getting sleepy by just having my cat next to me sleeping. It's like, it looks cozy, Aiko. So yeah, this is basically a shrink wrap. You can start seeing it taking shape. So instead of doing these individual leaves, you can see how it's like a disformed cylinder with some pieces sticking out from it. And yeah, for connection here, it's just like if you can use it for silhouette changes, then try to do that. Otherwise, like try to optimize it as much as possible. I think that one is gonna cause a little bit of issues, so we should move that one out. Is anyone else working on some 3D content, maybe? know some of you are sometimes working on some content, or the other most common thing is like eating dinner or cooking dinner to be eaten, basically. Manav, you are working on 3D. If we work together in Discord, I'm not in Discord right now, but some here I think are working in Discord while I'm online streaming. But after the stream, it's usually a few who's online in Discord working. Dragonfly! Just finished eating, you're about to start and work on 3D. Maybe you're gonna work on the old art jam, right? The Art Deco environment. I think you mentioned that you were gonna finish it. Catch me is procrastinating. That's my other mental state most of the time, procrastinating. I guess when you're done procrastinating, then you have to reach a decision about what you're gonna do. Spag, you usually work on your portfolio while you watch the streams? Watching your process workflow is always such a great help. Well, thank you. I'm glad I can be of help. For me, it's nice to see, just hear other people working at the same time. Like, even if I can't really see what you are working on or know what you're working on, it make me feel, you know, not alone in the, I guess, in the cyberspace. That's nice. So what is Manav and Spag specifically working on? Like you said, portfolio piece, but is it like hard surface or maybe environment, a prop? Environment to show off materials, and Spag is also doing environment art. Cool! So you guys using Unreal? Maybe? Or... That's the most popular choice at least, so I'm gonna guess that it's Unreal. It's a yes for Manav. It would have been my choice as well, so. Dragonfly, you will finish it sometime. You recently made some progress on it. Actually, you can post some picture of it on Discord. Today you will be working on your project for the current Art Station challenge. Ooh, what is the challenge this time? It's not like... Wait, when you say challenge, is it one of those art jam things they added with the hashtag, or actually that challenge they closed? They had the concept art thing, and then they start. I guess they're starting on the 3D or something. Spag, Unreal for life. Bjorn, we know Unreal is the best anyway. Totally, for artists at least. I think coders tend to prefer Unity because it's like much more freedom. But for artists, for sure, like all the tools are already there. Staghouse, hello! Regular Art Station challenge, now it's production part. Cool! Might be worth checking out. So many times that I want to join, but then I start doing my mood board, and then somehow I end up having too much else to do, and yeah, It's just not happening. So I learned my lesson. I usually start it and then I get disappointed I'm not able to finish it. Kashmir, you start working in a cyberpunk environment for your dissertation at uni. Dissertation, what is that? Is that like in a final project or essay or? Dragonfly is the third part of the Grand Space Opera. Grand Space Opera actually sounds quite fun. Well, I will have to actually dive into using Unreal and learn how to use it first before I can even think about doing an environment. And like my brain is now going like, maybe you could make it, maybe you could do it, maybe. But yeah, no, unfortunately I don't think that I will have that time to do it. It's pretty much that. Okay, Cash. Like a final project thingy or graduate project. Star Wars, it sounds fun, but it won't resonate with a lot of artists. You know, the space opera thing. Dragonfly, for the ArtStation challenge, you can use any real-time engine, including Marmoset Toolbag. Oh, really? Yo, the thing with that is that you're quite limited, unless they've done some really amazing upgrades in for like I don't know yet, but like you can't really create shaders, so you're like losing out on a lot of those functions, I would say, if you want to do animated holograms or I guess do your own water shader or yeah, I don't know. Maybe they added a lot of those things. Like I actually don't know, but if I would use Marmoset 3, it would be losing out on a lot of the extra functions or like terrain landscape things as well. Starhouse, space opera was something expecting more organic light beaming environments, but there's almost none of those. You mean that you're not allowed to do that, or it's like when it comes to concept art, like not many people did it? Because I assume like for every other ArtStation challenge you can basically make your own like original art. You don't have to choose a concept, right? Or did they perhaps change that? Dragonfly, you'll be using Unreal for your project. Yeah, Unreal is also free, so... Oh, not many people did it, Starhouse, and you're not into doing originals. Alright, well, it's definitely easier to follow a concept, so... than trying to invent it yourself, definitely. Like, if I find something that works and it's nice, then I would definitely do that instead of like me trying to come up with my own ideas. Even if like I know it's possible, it's just gonna take me like 3 times longer and then the challenge is over. Exactly. Yeah, well then we are on the same page. So how long has the 3D challenge been going on then? Like a week, a few, or did it start December? I actually honestly haven't checked the art station for a while, so I am not keeping in the loops. Like, I feel very outdated what's going on. Dragonfly, you found an exciting concept you like, so you all set. Mana, if I follow concept when I was in a school building environment? Like if I use concept art when I was in school, you mean, or? Havrax, you were running? You're gonna die? Why are you running, man? And why are you dying from it? I guess like no exercise is probably the answer to the second one. It started, oh, Dragonfly started last Thursday. And it's running for 2 months. So it's running then probably until March? Somewhere, I guess. Ah, okay, so if I was using concept art when I was in school, yeah, not for all the environments I did. Like, the first environment I did not, because I had like a long time on like figuring that out. I think. See, the second one I did definitely use a concept. And then I think was like a Nordic diorama thing. I did not use a concept. Like I mishmatched a lot of different things into like into like something that worked. But I of course use references for everything I do, but I didn't really follow one concept. And did I do more environments? I guess I did. Or did I? Now I can't even remember what I did. But for my streaming projects, I usually use references. Like, I think most of the streaming projects, or like the things I've been streaming, is using references, so yeah. I think I took more liberty in school to not use references and experiment and, you know, fail and then redo and, you know, just do something myself that I'm doing now. Because when I was in school, I didn't know if you know, what my strengths and weaknesses were really until I tried. So Havrax, your lungs are on fire? Again, why are you running? Why have you been running? You late to work, or? Starhouse, you know when you're pro and you start forgetting your work. It's like, like, it was a while ago I went to school and, you know, I've been working on so many games and environment that they kind of like, they are more in my memory right now, but it, like, of course, if I start going through my documents or if I have it somewhere, then of course I'll remember it, but now it's like just... There's a few distinct ones that I do remember because, you know, either it was because I was happy with them or I remember the struggle more clearly, or Like, I hated them or something like that. Now, actually, when I think about it, when I started talking about struggle, I remember doing like a water center, and my main focus were like learning shaders and doing holographic animations. Should have remembered this because I asked if someone was going to do that for their... yeah, that was a weakness for the Marmoset instead of using Unreal, but yeah. And that one was also using one single normal map thing. Tried to... like, it was popular back then. Not sure how it is right now, but you were supposed to be able to do everything in one texture and then only using like colors in Unreal and UDK that was before Unreal. So I challenged myself to do that, and I remember that being like really, really hard. Like one of the harder ones that I've done because it was like so technical. Like, didn't make it easy for me. I guess I kind of... like, my brain just like... didn't really want to remember that immediately compared to the other ones that I was more happy with, I guess. But that was definitely a fun challenge, but something that I quite fast removed from my portfolio. Though it was the environment that got me my first... like, kind of gig, I would say. Because it was so technical. But it was ugly. It was really ugly. It was like not pretty, but it was very technical. And that's what got me into like getting interviews and stuff. But then surprisingly, because it was so ugly, my Zbrush environment, like everything was made with Zbrush. That was what actually the one that gave me the jobs in the end. So the interest came from it being like people were interested in my technical aspect. But I was also told in interviews that it was butt ugly, and that they found my Zbrush environment really pretty. So I guess in that sense I showed them a butt ugly, technically challenged environment, and then something pretty with the Zbrush thing. So it was like a mix of both. But yeah, once I got that job, I just like instantly removed that butt ugly thing. Manana, you struggling to choose concept or not? It takes long, but it's motivating you a lot. And you're a student, don't have much time. It's weird, I feel like my first course I had, I felt like I had tons of time, but I've also noticed that a lot of students don't really get that much time anymore. Or maybe I didn't have that much time actually. I don't know. In my head it feels like I had a lot of time to do my things. If you have time, I would always like suggest try to go with something you make up yourself and see how it goes. Because as a student, you know, in a way I use it like as a you have time to fail. But when you're in your career, you don't have that much time to experiment and then fail and then learn something from it. It's like you actually need to deliver. While a student, you have time to experiment, fail, and then learn. So, but if you have limited time, then of course it will. If you don't have the time to do a portfolio piece later, then yeah, experimenting might be a bad idea. Hello there, Ron. How are you doing? Perhaps you were running to keep active because you don't have your gym anymore. So you ran until your lungs were on fire and feeling like you will die. It sounds like a good amount of workout. Maybe take it more easy. Tin Spin, you want to see that butt ugly thing? Actually, probably have it on my computer still. If I can probably scavenge through my folder here. Like I started moving stuff to Google Drive, but maybe it's still here. I can take a quick look and see if it actually is. Like I have everything I've done saved until now. Mm. No, that's the wrong course. Seems like that is the folder I actually started removing things from. Aslam, if it's on my DeviantArt portfolio. Oh man, I actually have one of those. Before ArtStation. I don't even think I'm called Kim or Ava or anything on that one. Because I can see that that particular folder alongside with my animation folder is not on my computer, so... No, it's actually not there. I think. No, not on DeviantArt. Oh, I know where it is. I have a YouTube video with it. Yeah, I have a YouTube video with it. Oh my god. Yeah, okay. Water Analysis Center. That is an old one. So it's all made with a single normal for the entire environment. And I didn't really know what to do, so I just... It's like colors and then holograms and stuff. And so this is the inside. Yeah, it's a lab. It's amazing. And then everything is the same roughness. But, you know, I guess if you look at it from a distance, you can see that you can get a lot of pieces done with one normal and then just using colors, focusing on the modeling part. Yeah, so this is the environment. I removed this instantly, but it was like because of all the shaders and like that single UV map that showed an like very, you know, it showed that I could do optimization and use channels and stuff like that. So I used the red and green channel to have a lab, like a black and white mask in the alpha and stuff like that. So it's all packed into one texture to be used. And then I used a lot of shaders. And this was the first Unreal 4 release. And then I haven't used Unreal really since then. I can't really remember anything from it. So this is from 2014 as well. So this is the last thing I did as a student. And the Zbrush environment I was talking about is the one on my ArtStation. So then you can see the comparison. I had that environment and then I had this one that was the Zbrush thing. That was kind of it in my portfolio together with... Yeah, this was my very first environment that I did. And this is UDK. This is before Unreal. It was UDK. So those 3 pieces I applied with. So you can then see that it's some low-poly hand-painted, some technical things, and then the Zbrush thing. So you probably are aware that everyone today is just like, oh, you should focus on one thing, you should tailor your things, you should do one style, you should blah 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 blah. My portfolio was super scattered, as you can see. It's like everything in there. But it was focused in a way on environment. So in that aspect, I still did environment. It's just there's no character or anything else like that, but still like cartoony realism and some like wonky tech stuff. So, and that was what I had in 2014. and what I got like my internship with at Guerrilla Games back in the day. So of course you can't really compare today's standard or measurements 6 years later, because a lot of things changes, but you can totally at least 6 years ago get hired by having a little bit more like of every style in your portfolio. Meepos, hello there! You signed your Leah internship contract today and you're super excited. Oh, congratulations! Now it's real. Now it's like a seal deal on it. Must be nice. Starting soon as well then. Well, you're welcome, Tinspin. I try to show my things now and then, like student stuff. Maybe it helps someone. Aslan, basically students don't know what they want. Just get it, get in and figure it out later. That's actually kind of what it boils down to, right? You will hear everyone saying different things. It's to have something that is eye-catching and like memorable, I guess, which is quite hard. It's not easy. It's not like I'm saying it's easy, but it's like you can get so much advice that you get like, you know, confused instead and don't really know what to do anymore. Because everyone has different tastes or opinions on how and what you should do. You can't really tailor to everyone, right? Aram, missed that you wrote that you're pretty tired, doing some school stuff. Deadline is tomorrow. You haven't started yet. It feels very typical you. But you managed to do your sculpt today for the rocks. But you didn't start on your school assignment. I'm not sure if I should give you an achievement or a medal for that. Great done, great work. You worked on your rock. How about some schoolwork now, then, Rowan? Not started and all. Oh, this is very calm. Calm music. Mm-hmm. Makes me want to go to Hawaii. Guess we should do this so we can actually have a nicer cut here. Or maybe we don't need it. Yeah, we probably don't need it. Ro, you're sticking with a quick PowerPoint presentation and that should hopefully get you a grade. What are you gonna present about? know which game this music is from. No, Nobi Boy. Oh, okay. I see why it's like Hawaii style on this one. Aslan is about the noodle that wants to go to Mars to reach his girlfriend? What? Is that what it's about? Nobi Boy? Roan, the presentation is about drying raw wood-ish? You're not certain? The only thing that kept you at school for all of those years in your ability to sort of talk your way out of everything. Never been an academic type. So you're talking your way out of writing about dry wood then as well, I assume? You must have some nice teachers then that let you kind of get away with everything. Well, Hawaii music is over. That's another weird thing. Most of your teachers like you for some reason, so they let you get away with a lot of stuff. Not a good mentality, you realize, but it's so boring. Well, it's good to know another, like, craft, I would say, when you do 3D. Like, you know more about wood and how it's made than most probably than 3D artists do, so should be able then to analyze and break it down and make it more realistic, right? If you know like how, yeah, I guess the crafting process in real life. So if you view it in that way, maybe it's not as boring. Maybe it's still very boring, I don't know. Ah, why Quadro? Why? It's like it hates me for real sometimes. Alright, the last fiddly parts are left to be done. It looks like we have like a stick that has some diseases or something right now. Like gigantic like blobs on the side. Bro, so sarcastic. Oh yes, that's why it's like 0 furnitures in your portfolio. Construction process is pretty interesting, though it's literally just how long you're supposed to dry, what kind of wood, in what condition to get the result you want. Something I will never encounter in your life again, well hopefully anyway. Drying wood? Maybe you would. Maybe you sit there someday thinking that, man, I should really dry me some wood. I really need some dry wood. And then you have the knowledge. Maybe that will happen one day. Or maybe it won't, but you will never know until it happens. I'm trying to find the grasping for straws here. Like, I was actually having a conversation the other day, like, with what I got taught in school, like, you know, elementary school, and if it's, like, even remotely useful nowadays, and that the teacher always like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to use math and all of those subjects that I really hated a lot. And like sitting here now, I barely remember how to calculate even like, you know, the most basic things. And I'm like, so they said I had like would be useful in my everyday life. I'm like, I have a calculator, everyone has a phone. Like things that I wanted them to teach, it's probably, you know, saving money in funds or anything that helps, you know, with your adult life, I would say. Like, not maybe paying your bills, but at least, you know, how to save for certain things or your pension or anything else like that. No, that's not what you've been getting taught in school. Instead, you get taught, like, how to do hard math that I don't remember. Of course, school teaches you writing and reading, but sometimes I wonder if it shouldn't be other subjects than just the same old you had for like centuries, basically. I think history and culture were like my favorite subjects in school. Around the best moment from recently was when your teacher were asking you the difference between two kind of water in the wood. Two kind of water in the wood. One of them is water caught in pores of the wood, the other is directly tied to the cells themselves on a molecule level. He asked me how to get rid of the second kind. I jokingly said burn it because my head was completely empty and low, and behold, that was the correct answer. Burn it. Or maybe you're paying more attention than you thought. The answer just came naturally to you. It's like, oh, burn it. I'm gonna start rounding off soon. And to hang out in the Discord chat for a while I do some just last touches on this low poly. But as you can see, it's the same process the entire way around, and then yeah, that's basically it's not gonna get more fun than this. It's just gonna be making sure that it's like a shrink wrap mesh, and then we can do some test breaks next time while working on the UV. And after that, it's a matter of like baking the cards as well that I want to place on it. So when we have the bake, then we place some cards, but the cards needs to be baked as well. So and then after that, it's texturing. So it's not that much actually left to do, but it's gonna take a little while, of course, because it's like very finicky. But it's not like there's some like rocket science to get this done. It's like treating it as a normal mesh. It's just that you're doing a watertight mesh instead of like making the pieces separate, or like trying to do a low poly out of every single bud or anything like that. So yeah, that's all there is to it, basically. And of course, as I said in the beginning, I'm doing like a little bit of a higher poly distribution right now, and then we start scaling back on the details once we have done our test bakes, because the test bakes are going to tell us a little bit more if how much lower we can go. Might be that we can't go too much, or maybe we can. So I think definitely like the buds here, we don't really need all of this geometry. But it might need, you know, some of the supporting edges to keep the silhouette going still. So yeah. Probably needs a little bit more here, just to make sure that we are connecting it properly. Around the only thing you want to do for the rest of your... That's the only thing you want to do for the rest of your life? With wood? Oh, burn it. Oh, now I get it. You're gonna buy Houdinians just to simulate it, the burn again and again. And that what you would do for a living. Oh, you can actually probably do that for a living. Yeah. Specialist in burning woods for movies. VFX artist or something. You'd probably be filled with a lot of hatred for wood if you're gonna sit and do that for the rest of your life. Doing wood burning simulations. So I think this is it then. I'm gonna cover the rest of the flower buds while hanging out in Discord. And then I will see you next time, and then hopefully we'll have the test bake going, and then we'll do some I guess placement for the alpha card and bake that, and then start placing the alpha card to get some of the silhouette going, and maybe we can start off some of the texturing as well with substance. And yeah, once we're done with this sage stick, we're gonna do one more. The last one being one of these lovely things over here that has like a very changing silhouette. The one I'm doing right now is quite, I would say, straight. It's not really straight, but it's straighter than these ones, and it's more gray, like green and yellow, while the other ones will be focusing more on the purple and the pink. So, but we're probably gonna just do those two, but we'll do one first, and then we'll start doing the second one. So that is the plan. Not sure if we're gonna add something else to the scene actually after that. Maybe. Depends on how much we can get in, like, you know, by just adding those colors. That was my initial thought, to just get some colors in. Maybe it would need something else, but at that point it might be that we're overdoing it as well, doing too much for what we have. But these are definitely adding the color splash. So what you can see right now is the blockout, or the low poly before it's smoothed. And yeah, that's what we're gonna keep doing. Sage sticks, herbs, and all of those things. Thank you, Spag. You too. Have a good rest and evening as well. And Fabio, yes, if I do a fast baking, I will definitely post it in the art whip on Discord, for sure. So that's it, guys. Thanks for keeping me company, and lovely to have so many people in the chat, just, you know, talking about random things while working. Makes my life more bright and just more fun to actually do streaming and actually do some 3D modeling. So I will see you next week with 3D on Tuesday at 8 o'clock, and otherwise the rest of you I will see you in Discord. So take care, and talk to you soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.